This satire is political, protected by the First Amendment of the United States of America. It's called the United States Constitution and the Bill of Rights, brought to you by the
You know, there are days when I really don't have a good day. I'm talking to myself for 3 minutes, live, and hadn't even pushed the fucking microphone button. Only in my world. Anyway, a disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen.
This satire is political, protected by the First Amendment of the United States of America. It's called the United States Constitution and the Bill of Rights, brought to you by the slave master founding fathers of America, the land that was
Got that right.
the Indians and native populations of Aborigines. That being said, deal with it. This political satire is meant to be a parody of comedy. It does not truly or truthfully state or specify the sexual gender orientation of or anyone involved, including those that are public figures or celebrities in the eyes of the American public. As such, they are subject to ridicule, criticism.
Unlike Marjorie Taylor Greene, a congresswoman, she's obsessed over AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I mean, she got a girl crush on her. I mean, she wants to do scissoring with AOC. AOC is not off into girls.
It is not meant to tear down their public image. They have no right to privacy as a public figure. That being said, we are going to take a chunk out of their ass with our free speech parody and any others we may come right up with now or in the future. This show is dedicated to exposing the lies, the corruption, lies of these Zionist Jew lover, treasonous scumbag congressmen from state to federal. We will expose these traitorous scumbags congressmen, and the worthless and tight state senate. Free speech, may it reign in America. Peace out.
You know, it's sad that we got the Delta virus, then finally came here to United States and Canada and Mexico, but those two are not my problem. What is my problem is the fact that wow, let's open up the states, wow, let's open up the borders, and now the governors are saying we may need more shots because the Delta virus variant is here. I wonder why? Oh yeah, because we have not put in place quarantine to protect our nation's borders, that's why. We American are some of the dumbest in the world, we really are. So here we are being elected to like little children that we need to take the shot. Okay, sounds good? But now here comes a F variant that overrides anything from anybody being vaccinated, because the shot is only supposed to protect from the original coronavirus, not this brand new mutant spin-off. We've been had people. That's just a F. Bottom line, what we need to be doing, stopping all air traffic, close off the border, bring in the troops to reinforce this. We were told months in advance that the Delta variant from India is coming, sprung up in England. All we did was yawn and went back to sleep. ZZZ. And now this thing done impacted the southern states. When will we ever learn? No, scratch that. We don't need to learn, literally are that fucking stupid. Here's what is up: Joe Biden close down the F border, stop all air traffic, blockade India, but it's too late for that now. And now we got the nerve to say, why is the Delta variant in this country? Well, let me think for a second. Because we're stupid motherfuckers, that's why we got wide open borders. We ain't cut air travel, stop all the planes, ground them, and we're wondering why we got the Delta virus from India. Well, I don't think I can figure that one out because I'm stupid as hell. Meanwhile, hospitals are hiring refrigerated meat truck from packing plants to put all the COVID-19 bodies because the morgues are overfilled with COVID-19. We're still dealing with TADA.
Sometimes life can be a little overwhelming. Sometimes the weight of the world can be too much to bear. Sometimes you need to stop worrying and take a deep breath.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure marijuana is right for you.
Introducing Brightside, high-quality cannabis delivered right to your door. Brightside offers an extensive menu of strains and products to meet your needs. Choose the experience you want, and we'll send you the dankest herb, the real sticky icky.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a real ad for Brightside Cannabis. If you're a licensed marijuana holder, they will deliver it FedEx, baby, to your door. Of course, the FedEx driver or the UPS driver, they may have a little problem with so much cannabis in the back of their cargo truck. may have lifted out a few, samples of your delivery.
Some top-shelf marijuana. If you like what we send you, keep the whole jar. We'll even include some nugs for you to blaze. As part of Discovery, you'll get to try new strains and products.
I don't get one dime of this. I don't have an affiliate link, but I will post the link.
Musical dopeness.
I wish I could get paid for this, but I don't.
May also induce feelings of existential well-being and relentless optimism. With a Brightside subscription, you can get it once a month, once a week, or whenever you want. All at a price you'll like. And yes, this is a real company.
Do you know who I am? You're the wizard.
Ask your doctor if cannabis is right for you. It probably is. Keep it Brightside.
Okay, we're back. No, ladies and gentlemen, that's a real ad. They do, once you submit your paperwork from your doctor, you will be delivered some cannabis if you live in a remote area. You don't have to worry about going on the streets and getting mugged, stabbed in the guts, shot in the back, shot in the stomach, or shot in the eyeballs. You don't have to worry about meeting up with thug gangbangers. Oh, let me stop. I'm tripping. All right, let's see. People ask me, why are you always poking fun at Mitch McConnell? Because he's funny. He gives me fresh material. And I love doing that Mitch McConnell accent. What do you people want? We gave you a black president. You didn't give us shit, Mitch. You, the great-grandson of a slave. I would never stop talking about this motherfucker. The only member of Congress that's inherited slavery wealth. Why should I stop talking about it, making fun of her? He's a disgrace. Married to a beautiful Chinese woman. Hey, Mitch, that's my department. My boss, she's Asian. She's from Taiwan. Even though she knew I was gay, I still kind of liked her a little bit, Well, time for a cold shower. Woo. So, Mitch, you are, okay, everybody, the great-great-grandson of a slave owner. You are the jackass of the day. Here we go. Take me away, jackass. Fuck it. It's the end of the year. How about the jackass of the year all the way to New Year's? I just can't never stop talking about it. You're the reason why black folks ain't got no reparation. Unfortunately, black folks, he's not the only reason. Joe Mancini and Kirsten Sinmar, Joe's lesbian Valley Girl girlfriend, they are the one that fucked up us from getting reparation. And Kamala Harris. H.R. 40 is sitting in the Senate, dead in the water. And we got two tokens up in there, Cory Booker and Raphael Warnock. They didn't do shit to try to get this thing reintroduced on the Senate floor. Kamala Harris could have overrode the tie vote, but she chose not to. So you see, black folks, in about one more month or two, you're going to vote in the primaries. And, man, it's going to be fucked up. The GOP going to seize every seat because they are well financed now. They know what they got to do. They're not going to make the mistake they did in the general election. And a lot of black Democrats, a lot of black people going to be butthurt. Virginia was the first test. And Kevin McCarthy said that they are going to take those seats. And when I saw him make that speech, the minority leader of the Republicans, everybody in the back of him started smiling and looking at each other. They know something I don't know. They're going to cheat. Well, you know what? Check this out, black people. Because of our disobedience, We deserve this. See, while we're out there in the parking lot doing donuts and shit, shooting each other, robbing each other, just like business back to normal, it kind of makes the coronavirus want to pack up its bags and say, damn, you motherfuckers are stupid. I'll see y'all in another 100. And then coronavirus changed his mind and said, you know what? I think I'll stay and help coordinate some of these stupid-ass acts of violence. We are not looking good in front of these white people. You know, there's a certain way we got to act. That's what makes them in fear of us. Because we're doing stupid shit. How can we be respected? How can we convince those fucking congressmen that sits on these committees tomorrow, you wasn't a slave? No, but my great-great-grandparents were. See, I don't know nothing about all this Africa shit. Tomorrow, let's go to Africa. Let's leave this country. I went through the worst part of the 60s in segregation, Mississippi, as a young boy. I used to go change the signs in the segregated bathrooms and shit. My mother found out about it and beat my ass and all that shit. I hate that whore. That's another story. But anyway, where I'm going is this. We're not going to get anything if we are divided. And right now, we have never been more divided. We let Stacey Abrams, pull out dicks, including the women, to vote for Jim Crow Joe, the man who authored the 1990 crime bill that Bill Clinton happily signed. Giving black people life in prison for stealing a loaf of bread. I'm sorry, but everybody brainwaves. I'm still tripping about what happened yesterday at Walmart. The cops shot a man in a wheelchair. And everybody's, is appalled and aghast. Anna Kasparian of the Young Turks said she was disgusted looking at the video. Anna, that's not the first time the police have shot somebody in a wheelchair. There's a video right now on YouTube, been there for years, ain't got no hits, where the police shoots a guy in a wheelchair. Check this out, people. The police are like half a block away from the guy. Bro, I shouldn't laugh about this, but the police are nowhere near the guy. They're behind their patrol cars, telling him to drop the knife or whatever it was, and they are half a block away. They got the area blocked off. Nobody can't get in or out. The guy don't want to drop the knife. They shoot him. I forgot how old it is. I'm going to have to look it up. Now, the guy was black. Cop's white. Nobody ain't raising hell about that video. Some lucky person with a cell phone captured it, and hadn't been one blip made about it. You see, black folks, we are invisible until they want to put the cuffs on and march us in front of the police station Sallyport. Because it looked good for the 6 o'clock news. So, unless we get our fucking act together, we ain't gonna get shit. But if you listen to me, I'm gonna show you how we can get it. What am I talking about? Not. Let me give y'all a little inspiration, black folks. Take it from the French. Oh yeah, they were slave owners too. But I like their music. On your feet.
Allons enfants de la patrie, le jour de gloire est arrivé. Contre-nous de la tyrannie, l'étendard sanglant élevé.
Don't you hear that, black folk? The sound of battle. Pick up your muskets and follow me. Wait a minute. Not. Let's go back to sleep. Yeah, I want my reparation. Wait a minute. I want my reparation for being oppressed for 400 years. Not.
Formez vos bataillons, marchons, marchons, qu'un sang impur
Son Marchand, my friend. Yes, yes, yes. Liberty.
aux armes citoyens. Formez,
Right, whatever she said.
marchons, qu'un sang impur abreuve nos sillons.
It may be the sound of liberation, but to me, it sounds like Greek to me. I don't understand French. Wait a damn minute. They didn't have no machine guns back in the 1700s. Who's trying to pull a fast one here?
Aux armes citoyens, formez vos bataillons, marchons, marchons, qu'un sang impur abreuve nos sillons. Aux armes citoyens, formez vos bataillons, marchons, marchons, qu'un sang impur abreuve nos sillons. Amour sacré de la patrie, conduit, soutient nos braves vengeurs. Liberté, liberté chérie, combats avec tes défenseurs, combats avec tes défenseurs. Sous nos drapeaux, que la victoire court à tes mains accents, que tes ennemis expirants voient ton triompher notre gloire. Aux armes citoyens, formez vos bataillons, marchons, marchons, qu'un sang impur abreuve nos sillons. Aux armes citoyens, formez vos bataillons, marchons, marchons, qu'un sang impur abreuve nos sillons.
Whew, man, that was powerful. That's why I play the national anthems of most countries, except for the American national anthem, which I would not play ever. Now, as I said in the other broadcast, a lot of people tell me, well, won't you take your ass to Canada or Mexico if you don't like it here? No thanks. I was born here, so therefore I will stay and fight. I will not be like these millennial cowards who are blacks with this Africa movement. Let's leave this country. We need to go to Ghana. I'm sorry, I've never been there and don't intend on going unless I'm forced out by a mandate from your absent-minded president. And I'm going to tell you something. He is that fucking senile to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you like it is before I get to the topic of reparations here. The coronavirus was designed to take out black people. Well, you know what? Viruses don't do what they're told. They do what their mandate is. Yeah, didn't see that one coming, did you? Donald Trump, Jim Crow Joe, and all the rest of you clowns that created this thing specifically to take out dark-skinned people. Go see the movie Three the Hard Way, 1972 or 3, with Jim Brown, Fred Williamson, and Jim Kelly. The late, great Jim Kelly. You know, I never seen a black man do swirls and kicks and shit. That shit looked cool back in the day when I saw it in the reform school. Before I got sent to prison. But that's how dirty white people are in the South. Anyway, at the time, I didn't know what the word gene manipulation meant. If you've seen this movie, the opening scene shows a white man speaking in front of white people. You would think this was at a country club or something. It was on his private estate. Talking about, we found the way to solve the problem. The problem was black people. You see, they don't mind using us up, but now that it's time to get rid of us, oh, what's this? A message? Oh, anyway. They don't need us anymore. They really don't. And I wish more black people would understand, that more mothers and daughters and sons and fathers would understand. It's not about your little girl going to college, learning new stuff, and you're crying because the house is empty now. You done sent your children to college. It's quiet. And you hate it. But it's not about them now. It's about how the white people don't need us anymore. That's why they bring in all these illegal immigrants, and I don't mind saying it. I mean, if they want to live in America, we'll live in the desert. We are being replaced, people, and you need to get into your thick head. Now, I'm going to play this from this brother here, Professor Black Truth. Let him explain to you. We're being replaced. You honestly think they're going to pay us a dime? No. They'll pay the Afghan refugees quicker than they will you. Why? Because they are in control. That's why. It's like when I was sent to prison. I told somebody that laughed at me. I said, I don't belong here. And he said, look around, dude. I'm looking around and shit. Seeing people getting into fights, knockout. People playing cards and doing dice games and shit. In front of the guards, because all they're going to do is go home and get off their shift and cut their check. And I finally realized where I was at. I was in fucking prison. I was right where the white folk wanted me to be. In hell. That's why the guy was laughing. Because as far as he's concerned, he's right where he needs to be. Well, guess what, people? The white people don't want us here. We're not where we need to be. They ain't got no room for us. Oh, how many times I done preached this message? One of these days. All right, let's see here. Let's hear from Mr. T-Rex here, right, while I try to think of something else to say. My friend, that's Mr. T-Rex. He ain't been the same since gay marriage been legalized. Calm down, Mr. T. It'll be okay. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Oh, man. Okay, here's a clip of the Rick Adams show that I did earlier this year about Stacey Abrams, how she betrayed black people. She took private prison campaign money. In my excitement, I forgot to say Stacey Abrams. I called her Stacey Adams. This is a clip I put together of me going to, what's the name of his website? Oh yeah, followthemoney.org. I posted on my Twitter account. because I'm barred from Instagram. Again.
On in Little Rock, and you were referring to your program last night on the radio, and what did you want to tell me again?
I had some groundbreaking news from our radio-occupied America listeners.
Yeah?
And the news was, now, I broke it to RBN at the board op on the Facebook page first.
Mm-hmm.
And here it is. Stacey Adams, the black woman that's a Democrat, is running for governor in Georgia, and Brian Kemp. Both of them
That stupid ass mistakenly called her Adams.
Here we go. Both of them have received prison PAC money. And a friend of mine on Facebook.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct. Private for prison PAC money from their political funds to candidates that they deem worthy of receiving it. Jack, I think 2 times, and Stacey, get this, Rick, 3 times. Now, I told a friend of mine who heard my broadcast said that's terrible. I said, look here, don't blame Brian Kemp. He's a white man. He's going to do what white men do, take advantage of an opportunity. But Stacey Adams, as a black woman, should know better. Because who are the biggest recipients, Rick? I'm addressing this to you. Who are the biggest recipients in the private prison system?
Blacks.
Thank you. And Stacey Adams is?
Black. Yeah, well, let me tell you something. You know, I mean, I understand that. Listen to this. I mean, we had a woman, a black woman, who was the president of Brown University in Providence for a while, and what she did was when the subject of apartheid in Israel came up, she steadfastly opposed any sanctions, any boycott, any divestment of the institution's funds in companies doing business in South Africa. She was in favor of that racism. All of a sudden, come to find out, of course, she had portfolios in Goldman Sachs. Isn't that nice of her? She didn't care about black, white, Palestinian, or anybody else, you know, because a number of black Africans are brought into Palestine to do the farming because the soil will not yield for the Kenite, you see. The soil will not produce anything. They have to bring in others from other continents and countries as laborers. So I guess her portfolio spoke louder than her conscience too, didn't it? Huh?
Well, Rick, I know you got another call, but I just want to say this real quick. She made all that huffing and puffing at the I'm not going to concede. I'm not going to concede to him. Blah blah blah. And yet she fooling black people that done worked hard for it, stood out there in the rain. Rick.
Yeah.
See, they both, she's bowing down to him because they both got blackmail on each other, especially about the prison PAC money.
And what's the moral here? What does that tell you? What does that tell you about her?
No,
and
the
about
black
them?
people need to stop. I'm sorry, I'm a little upset, Rick, but black people need to stop believing in these false messiahs.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And, you know, the political system breeds it. And you find out that in politics it's always the same. One stinks, the other smells, to put it that way. You know,
Rick,
and
can I
by
say
the way,
one more thing?
I mean, you've just gone through this election crisis. Who now has been declared the winner in Georgia now, this race? What do they claim?
Brian Kemp has already making plans to
right.
move to the governor's mansion. And,
That's what I thought. I had been reading it, and I wasn't sure of the latest. Okay. Well, I
But it don't
understand your
matter.
point. Very good point, well taken about Stacey.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got one more thing I want to say, Rick.
Quickly.
You see, our Father commands us to fight these evil people and expose their lies. It wasn't a suggestion. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, John. Appreciate the call. All right. Let's go to Jesse now, I believe, in Nevada. Hello, Jesse. You're next on Rick Adams Uncensored.
Radio occupied America because one revolution is not enough.
Damn straight. Suspense Theater every weeknight from 9 to 6 right here on this YouTube radio show. That was me just fucking around because sometimes I run out of things to say. So I do what's called stall tactics. Looks like that national I just played y'all a while ago from the French Quebecans in Canada. You know, I'm very interested in that part of the Canadian country. Those people, when they get riled up, talking about we're going to separate, the French government caves in and gives them whatever they want because they got their own identity, their own language. And French, there's this mandatory speaking language in that particular part of Canada. Yeah. So, I've been fascinated with that part of Canada for years. I just don't speak French. Maybe I could say Celine Dion or something. Or Liberté, Vive la Quebec. Yeah? So, you know, we'll see what's going on because they're getting riled up. Oh, did you know that the people, the legislative parliament in French Canada, they do not swear loyalty to the Queen like the rest of them do when they take office in Canada. Like anybody in America give a shit. They take their vow to the government in secret, in which the Queen's word is not mentioned, all in French. Or French Quebecan. Vive la Quebec, yeah? So, there we go. Okay, all right, 11 minutes to go. All right, let's get down to the nit and tack. Canada imported cotton, Britain imported cotton, Belgium, we should really stick it to the Belgium for what they did in Africa. All these people, when it comes to reparation, got to pay us. They brought illegally, well, they didn't consider it illegal back then. They brought slavery-produced goods. That's what made the United States rich. Let's call it for what it is, okay? I just got through watching an interesting documentary about the Indian was fighting the Vikings. Some people said it never happened. Well, that's another story. You see, the white man has always been trying to come to this country and do some shit. They met the Indians, and the Indians whooped their ass. Okay? The Vikings were some tough motherfuckers, baby. Now, the Vikings had never seen bows and arrows. All they got was axe handles and wooden shields and maybe a few spears. But they met the Indians, man, and the Indians totaled their ass. If you watch the, I forgot that new sci-fi show, stars that guy from the 100, black guy, Ricky Witter. It'll come to me. Shit. Phone ain't working, my second one. Anyway, the Vikings landed on the American shores, and a flurry of arrows came out and made one of them a pincushion. And that shit, the opening scene, it's funny as fuck, man. I mean, well, that's one nation that ain't gonna conquer the Indians. But what I don't understand is when the white man came, the Pilgrims, the Indians just nutted up, man. They just laid down. And in the western states, the fucking giants came to America, presumably from Antarctica. Where am I going with them? I'm gonna tell you. And the Indians whooped their ass. I mean, they butchered those motherfuckers in the southwestern United States. But when the white man comes, he seemed to got some kind of magical power. Anybody that's brown skin or red skin, they just lay down and open up their asshole, something I know all about. Well, that's another story. Yeah, anyway. What is it about the white man? Does he have some kind of juju magic that makes us lay down and don't put up no more resistance? Oh, I don't understand. Anyway, the following nations that I'm looking at now brought cotton, slavery produced goods from the United States, which made the United States rich. Okay, now in Master Charlie's days, he would sit there on the plantation and he would enjoy the fruits of his labor. All right, I got 8 minutes to go. I'm not going to take no break. I'm going to go straight for another third hour. And this is what made Master Charlie so pissed off. When he would sit there on his porch while the slaves were humping and being watched over by the slave, what's the word? Slave master, slave rider. Here comes around the corner the tax man from the state. It could be North Carolina, Arkansas, whatever. And Master Charlie with eyes would grow hard because he knew what time it was. It was time to pay the taxes, bitch. You think you gonna sit there and enjoy the fruits of your labor, motherfucker? Breeding us, working us to death from sun up to sundown. You thought you gonna sit there drinking mint julep with a slave boy where you put your feet on his back? Did you think that you gonna be able to get away with that? No, my friend. You was in America, and in America you got to pay for whatever you earn for your goods and services. You owe a partition of your wages to the king. The king must have it. Let me give you a quote from the movie Dunes, 1984. When the nobleman was in the king's court on his home planet, they said, "Look here, I heard another spice harvester got hit." One of the noblemen said to the other. And they said, well, they better be careful because the Duke loves his spice profits. And he will have a person skinned alive if he find out who's stealing from him. Something like that. Anyway, here's where I'm going with this from that quote from the Dune movie of 1984. Uncle Sam wants his, baby. If you don't give him his off the top, he will make it his personal mission to skin you alive. You don't steal from Uncle Sam. I'm telling you what God loves. So, Mr. Slave Owner, 100 years ago, you thought you gonna make all that profit and marry your daughter off to a rich planter's son and keep the wealth in the white family. Well, bitch, motherfucker, here he comes on his wagon with a shotgun man to collect the yearly tax. You're not going to enjoy the fruits of your labor if you want to call drinking mint juleps and watching the slaves burn in the sun. You stupid motherfucker. You're going to pay. Just like these white people did to me. I'm not going to pay for reparation. You don't have to pay for it, but you're going to pay something, baby. Israel gets $38 billion a year. The Pentagon just got to get $875 billion for another budget increase. The CIA got unclassified budget because it's classified. Only members of the Intelligence Oversight Committee know what it is. Everybody got to pay. Even I pay. Oh, got a cough. So the United States government is rich, black folks. All right, 5 minutes to go. I go for a third hour without no break. Okay, the money is there. There's an interesting video that I'm going to post on my Twitter page called Corporation Nation America. It tell you where the money is. It's called the Annual Financial Comprehensive Report put out by the United States government, and there's one for your state in your area. It's in PDF. You can download it. I don't know where you live at, Michigan, Georgia, Mexico, whatever. You can see where the money and the investment is going. The states don't advertise this. You got to find it. The government don't advertise their version. You got to find it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a smart man, but I can hold my own. Ever since I got out of that dump truck, prison not only saved me from being stupid and ignorant, it also educated me in ways that I couldn't even fathom. The money is there. They can pay the money because the United States government makes investments with brokerage houses, you name it. And trust me, they don't steal from Uncle Sam because they know better. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So you see, the government doubles their money. And see, 3 minutes to go. Sorry, I'm being timed out. Nothing I can do about it. However, if you want to make a donation, information right here on my website. And I'll put it on my Twitter account. But check this out, people. When they say they don't have it, they got it. Look, I just got through saying the Pentagon got $875 billion without no opposition. Black people, you're being had. You're being fucked. You're being bamboozled. You drunk the Jonestown guy in a Kool-Aid that's going to bloat you up in the sun when you die from it. And your black representatives ain't doing nothing for you. Well, they're getting paid. And I mean, they're getting paid handsomely, too. Brother, I could go on and on about that one. But they are gatekeepers. Oh, yeah, they'll be in your neighborhood in about a week or two passing out Christmas turkey dinners and... let me stop. Okay. Canada and all the other European countries brought the cotton. They don't grow cotton in Canada. Climate ain't right. They don't grow it in Belgium or Britain. Where do you think all them downtown Abbey 18th century costumes came from? Before they got cotton, they were running around in rags, except for the rich barons and dukes and noblemen and all that shit. They were dressed in the finest of clothes, the finest of silk. The aristocratic women wore jewelries and pearls and whatnot. And they brought the cotton from the United States, payable in gold. Now, Britain brought cotton from their Caribbean colonies, but it wasn't enough of it to meet the demand of European fashion at the time. So, the Africans, okay, I'm a little confused about this one here. They sold some of the slaves because they were just extra mouths to feed. Until I can prove my ancestry from Africa, I don't know nothing about it. So fuck you, Africa. I don't care for it. My niece, she runs a school over there. Bless her heart. But she don't understand. The government's corrupt. Just like ours. And I'm just trying to tell everybody that all these countries, they owe us. United States government sold it to them, collected the taxes, and the white slave owner is mad because he told his boy slave, Jeremiah, run in the house and get me a bag of silver. So Jeremiah gets up, run in the house. Here come the slave master. Here come the tax revenue tilting his hat. You know, good morning, Mr. Culpepper. It's that time again, as he takes out his books to put names down in the ledger of who paid and who didn't. Jeremiah runs out of the house, hand the slave master the bag of silver, and he throw it to the guy. He don't give a damn if he didn't catch it or not. He just want him off his land. And the revenue nods his hat and say, good days to you, sir. Mark it in the book. All right. Getting ready for the next hour. Take it away, the French nationalists in Quebec.